Hey everybody, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone. We've got another cool aquascape for you. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how we have some tanks in the fish room that just need a little bit of an update. This is another one that we featured in that video. We did one last week. That was a 29. I'll put a link for that in the description below. That was really well done. You've done some cool stuff lately on your channel, which I will also link. And now we have this one right down here that needed to get done. It's a 33 long. It's a great tank with some awesome fish, but it needed some help. Let's see what you did. All right, everyone. Here is the 33 long. I love this size tank. It's got the same dimensions as a 55. It's just a little bit shorter and therefore a lot easier to work on. So what did you do with the aquascape? What was the idea here?
Well, the idea was to leave everything pretty much as is with the substrate. Really love this substrate. And as many plants that were in here. We already had Val in here, and we have some crypts. They are diggers, so it was not my intention to add a whole bunch more so that they can just have more to dig up. And I was going for a biotope feel, which is just really heavily focused on the mangrove root, which I've been looking forward to using this for a very long time. It is a great driftwood to use. I think it adds a very biotopy feel just right off the bat, and you don't have to use a lot of it, and it just gives a great feel, unless of course you have fish that really like to zoom around the tank, which these guys, I think it actually offsets their little stripe. It kind of mimics the stripe on their head. Just for whatever reason, I really like that. And just some large rocks that are just actually serving to hold it down, because it is a driftwood that likes to float, and it really likes to float.
What I like about this scape is, to me, it's kind of like you're just peering into disheveled nature in a way. And that's, when you look at nature, when you look at videos of people who dive in South America, Central America, it's not supposed to be super pretty like an underwater forest. And so that's kind of the look that we're achieving here. The fish are Guianacara stergiosi. This is a wonderful fish. We've had them in this tank for quite some time. We have the larger male, and then we have 3 females here. Now, throughout this video, you're going to see that there is certainly a pair here. We've got a male and a female that constantly follow one another around. But one of the things that we wanted to do with this tank that wasn't being achieved in the previous version, is the females, for the most part, are relatively tolerant of one another, but we wanted to give that pair a little bit of their own space and still allow the other females in this tank to have an area where they're kind of out of sight, out of mind, and it seems to be working out better than in the previous edition. Now, we haven't added any new fish yet. I'm not sure if that's something that we're going to do. If we do, it's probably going to be something like a medium-sized tetra, because we had some green neons in here and they all went missing. So we're probably going to add something, if we add anything a little bit larger. We do have a couple bristlenose plecos in here as well. They're up front in the cave. They breed from time to time, but because we have cichlids in here, the fry generally don't survive. Are you planning to add any additional plants to the tank?
I may add some floaters, but that would be pretty much it. The original plan was to add some anubias, but with this kind of just a glance into nature, a very, like you said, disheveled, which with this mangrove root, I think it's so easy. It's really great for a beginner too, because it's just really supposed to look very natural, kind of fallen into the water or growing into the water, and I don't see a need for a whole lot of plants.
Now, a couple things. We are running 2 sponge filters on this tank, and we have 1 Phoenix Stingray 4-foot light. That's the illumination, and it's been doing a good job. It's been on this tank since we got it. A lot of people ask, where can you get a 33 long? Generally speaking, they're not the most common size tank, but you can often find them if you ask your local fish store to order one. Usually, at least the local fish stores around us can order them, or they'll have a couple in stock.
So now, a fun little fact, this mangrove root does really add, especially with the rocks too, it adds a lot of little nooks and crannies for the fish to hide out. And when I was rescaping this, it was very sparse. There wasn't a whole lot left. It was definitely needing a rescape for quite some time. And as soon as I added the root in there, the fish were immediately into the little hidey holes. They just loved it. So it made me quite happy.
Now, one of the other interesting things, and we will update you as we move forward on this scape, is this wood will most likely release some tannins into the water, and so this water is most likely going to get a little bit darker. Check this out. This is the 29 gallon we did last week. Again, if you want to see what it looked like when we first set it up, check out the video that we've got linked down in the description below. But look at the tannins on this tank now. It's crazy. I actually love the look of that. It will go away over time as we do more water changes, but I'm expecting that this 33 long is going to have a little bit of that. Maybe not quite as much because it's a different type of wood, but we're probably going to get some tannin release, which will be pretty cool. All right, everyone, so really appreciate you checking out this aquascape. Again, if you want to see that 29, check out the video in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to see this other really cool aquascape that we mentioned, check out the video in the lower right-hand corner. We've got more coming to you because we have some more tanks that need a little bit of an update. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody.
Everybody, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Today we're going to shoot the video with just our heads in the picture. It won't be weird.